Good evening, pro wrestling fans from all over the world of all shapes and sizes. Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, wanted to get on here and do a quick video. This will be my review of the recent SEAdLINNG show, which was called SEAdLINNG Shinjuku Lighting Up. That's right, this show just took place the other day, June 12th. Couple of matches, but was a pretty solid show. So I wanted to get on here and give my review. It's been a while since I've reviewed a SEAdLINNG show, but yeah. Before I get started, I want to remind everybody to be sure to check out the link to Game Beauty. And, wow, 1 second. Don't know why my phone's acting up. There we go. Sorry about that. All those notifications. Wow. Don't forget to check out Game Beauty. Check out the link to Game Beauty for some awesome video game themed makeup and cosmetic products. If you see something you like and you want to make a purchase, don't forget to use that promo code Blitzball_champ, all in caps, for 10% off. That's right, 10% off of your order. So, nice little bitty discount, but happy shopping. Anyway, SEAdLINNG Shinjuku Lighting Up. This took place, like I said, yesterday, June 12th. This was at the Shinjuku Face venue in Tokyo, Japan. So we had a handful of matches, including like a series of matches between two teams, two custom teams, very unique teams put together, and they had a series of matches. And we had one title match. We had one title match in the main event. So pretty solid show. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started with our first match. We go ahead and get the graphic up. All right, here we go. Now, to open up the show, this was originally supposed to be a singles match between Kaho Kobayashi and Miria Koga, but unfortunately, I believe it was due to poor health or something like that, or she wasn't able to compete at the show. Miria was replaced with Ikuto Hidaka. So this ended up being a singles match between Kaho Kobayashi and Ikuto Hidaka. For the most part, it was a pretty solid match. You know, it's been a while since I've seen Kaho Kobayashi in action, so it was really good to see her. And like I said, this was a pretty solid match. Definitely back and forth. I tell you, she is really good at selling. You know, as much as she's great at just entertaining and just really, you know, embracing her gimmick, I really loved her match, that one-on-one match she had between her and Syuri a couple of months back. That was a very entertaining match. But she's really good at selling too. Really good at selling. But this was a pretty decent match. Ikuto Hidaka ended up getting the victory for this one. He caught her leg and just hoisted her up into a sit-out powerbomb. And then pinned her for the 1-2-3. So Hidaka with the victory. But would have been interesting to see what happened if Miria Koga would have had the match. But hey, that's why they say card subject to change. So you never know. All right, let's move on to our next match, which was a very interesting one. Okay, so for this next match, not only was this a high-speed match, so of course you know that's going to feature special referee Taiyo Natsuki Taiyo, But this was also a mask versus makeup match. That's right. So we had Kedita versus Sumire Natsu. So the stipulation is if Kedita lost, she would have to remove her mask. But if Sumire Natsu lost, then she would have to get her makeup removed. It's kind of interesting. It's really, really interesting. But I mean, Sumire Natsu usually always wears makeup, so I guess I kind of get it. But that was the stipulation. It was a pretty nice back and forth match, and remember, it was a high speed match. And it was pretty. The funny spot in this whole entire match was Sumire Natsu went to go give Kedita and Natsuki Tayo Bronco Buster, but of course Kedita ended up moving out of the way, and she ended up giving Tayo Natsuki the Bronco Buster, which I thought was pretty funny how she took that. So yeah, that was the funny spot throughout the whole match. But Kedita was able to roll up Sumire Natsu for the 1-2-3, almost kind of like an Oklahoma roll. It happened pretty quick, but was able to pin her for the 1-2-3. Kedita with the victory. Therefore, after the match, Sumire Natsu was forced to have her face cleaned of her makeup. So they used some sort of gel, like they had her sat down, and even La Pedita came in, because La Pedita, Kedita, they're cool. And they pretty much just had her sit in this chair. They pretty much held her down, and they just washed her face with this goo to get all the makeup off. And yeah, that was pretty much it. So, I mean, yeah. I don't know if that means that as long as she competes in SEAdLINNG, she can't wear makeup again. I don't know, but yeah, it was a pretty interesting match for sure, with a very interesting stipulation. So, yeah, it was pretty neat. All right, now for our next set of matches, this was a series. This was a series of matches between two teams, 6 ladies on each team. So first off, I'm going to break down the two teams, and then I'm going to break down how they did the matches. So check this out. All right, so let me get some coffee right quick. Alrighty, so here are your two teams of 6 ladies. So team number 1, you had Maya Yukihi, Mima Shimoda, Nagisa Nozaki, Rina Yamashita, Ayame Sasamura, and Yuki Mashiro. Okay, that's team number 1. That's team number 1. Team number 2 was made up of Makoto, Arisa Nakajima, VENY, Tsukasa Fujimoto, Syuri, and Chisako. Okay? So, actually, wait a minute. I got that backwards. Let me redo that one. So the teams, I keep forgetting, it's not across, it's side by side. So actually, let me correct myself. The teams were Arisa Nakajima, or I'm sorry, let me start from the top again. So it's Maya Yukihi, Mima Shimoda, Nagisa Nozaki, Makoto, Arisa Nakajima, VENY. That's one team. So in the box format. The second team is Rina Yamashita, Ayame Sasamura, Yuki Mashiro, Tsukasa Fujimoto, Syuri, Chisako. That's how the teams were split up. Okay, my apologies on that. Had to make sure I corrected myself. That's why it's a good thing I have everything written down in my notes. So, those were the two teams of 6 ladies. So, they ended up doing a series of 4 matches. Series of 4 matches between these two teams. So, they went, the way that they did it was they had 2 ladies picked to do a singles match. 4 ladies picked to do a tag team match. And then the remaining ladies did a trios match. And then the final match was 6-on-6. So, series of 4 matches. That's how they did it. So, taking these teams, now let's break off into the matches. So, first match, the singles match ended up being Yuuki Mashiro versus Mima Shimoda. So Yuuki Mashiro's the current Triangle Ribbon champion, going up against Mima Shimoda, who recently competed at the Despi Invitational. But Yuuki Mashiro tried to get the preemptive strike on Mima Shimoda. It was actually working for quite a bit too. And the match was pretty good. Definitely back and forth. But Mima Shimoda actually ended up getting the submission victory. Boston Crab on Yuuki Mashiro. So Mima Shimoda got the victory for her team. For team number 1. Okay. Then the next match, we had a tag team match where we had the team number 1 of Arisa, Nakajima, and VENY taking on team 2, which was Chisako and Syuri. So that was the teams for the second match of this 4-match series. This was a great match. Definitely one of my favorites. Very intense. Very back and forth. I loved the clashing between Syuri and Arisa Nakajima. I felt like they really duked it out a lot in this particular match. And of course, VENY and Chisako, I love them both as well. But a great solid tag team match. This actually ended in a time limit draw. Yeah, this match only had a 15-minute time limit. The first match had a 10-minute time limit. So, yeah, this second match ended in a time limit draw. Okay? The third match turned into a trios. So we had a trios match. Team number 1, it was Makoto, Maya Yukihi, and Nagisa Nozaki taking on team number 2 of Ayame Sasamura, Rina Yamashita, and Tsukasa Fujimoto. So, trios match, match 3. Okay? So, definitely very chaotic match. All 6 of these ladies really duked it out. And, it was definitely very enjoyable, especially with all the talent in this match. I definitely like the back and forth between Nagisa Nozaki and Rina Yamashita. And even Tsukasa Fujimoto and Maya Yukihi. I really liked that clash as well. But Tsukasa Fujimoto ended up pinning Nagisa Nozaki with kind of like a victory roll. Just like a quick roll up there. So, yeah, team number 2 with that victory. So, that means pretty much the teams are even. Team number 1 got the victory in the first match. There was a time limit draw in the second. Team number 2 got the victory in the third match. So, came down to the final match of this 4-match series, which all 6 ladies from both teams. So this turned into a 12-woman tag match. So, once again, Arisa Nakajima, Makoto, Maya Yukihi, Mima Shimoda, Nagisa Nozaki, VENY, team number 1, against Ayame Sasamura, Chisako, Rina Yamashita, Syuri, Tsukasa Fujimoto, Yuuki, Mashiro, team number 2. 12-woman tag for this final match of this 4-match series. And it just got even wilder. I mean, just all 12 of these ladies just were showcased really well across these 4 matches. So I really liked how they did this. I really liked how they did this sequence of matches. It was great. It was really, really great. And I thought it was very unique that the deciding factor, leading to the finish, came between both best friends. That's right. Tsukasa Fujimoto and Arisa Nakajima were on opposite teams. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But it was a great, entertaining series of matches. Team number 1 ended up getting the final victory as Arisa pinned her best friend's tag partner, Tsukasa Fujimoto, with a half dragon suplex for the 1-2-3, giving team number 1 the series. But yeah, very, very enjoyable. Each of the ladies of team 1 stood proudly in the ring with their hands raised. But that was a very enjoyable series of matches. Like, kudos to SEAdLINNG on a great idea for this card. I really love that idea. And then they took an intermission because, that was a lot. 4 series and 4 matches and sequential series like that. That was a lot. So they took an intermission and then came back for the main event. Check it out. So, this was for the SEAdLINNG Beyond the Sea Single Championship. As the champion, Sareee ended up defending against JTO's Misa Kagura. Shout out to Misa Kagura with the preemptive strike as Sareee was getting, her robe off and everything after the introductions, and just started pummeling on Sareee for a bit in the corner. But I thought this was a good match, but I really felt like it could have been longer. But I can understand how that 4-match series kind of cut into potentially the time of how long this main event could have been. Because the main event was only about 11 minutes. Actually, 11:43. So it really wasn't as long as it could have been. It wasn't as long as it could have been. But then again, the singles match between Mima Shimoda and Yuki Mashiro was only a 2-minute match. So, I think it just all came down to time management, and I felt like with how everything else went, it kind of cut into the time for the main event. So that was only the real bummer about it, but it was still a solid match, even for it being almost 12 minutes long. It was still a pretty solid match. But Sareee ended up getting the victory, hitting the Uranagi on Misa Kagura, pinning her for the 1-2-3. Another successful title defense for Sareee. And honestly, I really don't see her losing that title anytime soon. I really don't. I don't see her losing that title. So, it is what it is. But this was a pretty enjoyable show. Like I said, I really enjoyed the 4-match series. That was like the big highlight for me. But, pretty good SEAdLINNG show. SEAdLINNG Shinjuku Lighting Up. But yeah, I kind of caught the show on the fly. So, yeah, I'm glad I watched it. Anyway, that'll do it for this video. Like I said, I didn't really have too much, but I wanted to get on here and review this. Anyway, don't forget to check out Game Beauty when you get a chance. Happy shopping. And let me know what you thought of the show. What did y'all think of the matches? What did you think of that 4-match series that they did with 2 teams, 6 ladies on the team? So let me know your thoughts there. What did you think about the main event as well? And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. For another Pro Wrestling Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the YouTube. My name is Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed rest of the evening and blessed day tomorrow. And I will see y'all in the next video and our live stream. Peace.